advice to become a better leader. Listen, I'm about to tell you something important, and I need you to hear me loud and clear. Leadership ain't about standing in front of a crowd wearing a suit and thinking you the boss. No, real leadership starts on the inside. It starts with you. First thing I need you to understand is this: leaders don't tell people what to do, they show them what's possible. If you're walking around acting like your word is law, you're missing the point. The best leaders inspire others. They lead by example, not by authority. When people see your actions, your work ethic, your dedication, they'll follow that. Leadership is about showing what's possible, not just telling people what to do. So, let me tell you something. Leadership ain't about barking orders and expecting people to jump. If you're sitting there thinking that just telling folks what to do is going to get the job done, you've got it all wrong. Leadership is about showing what's possible, not just telling people what to do. Let that sink in for a minute. Think about it. If you're the one in charge, you're the one setting the example. You're the one who's got to show up every single day and put in the work. You can't be sitting behind a desk giving orders while your team is out there doing all the heavy lifting. If you want to lead, you've got to walk the talk. A real leader is the one who rolls up their sleeves, gets their hands dirty, and shows the team how it's done. You lead by doing, not by demanding. If you're telling people to work harder, to hustle, to go that extra mile, then you better be the first one to do it. Don't expect people to follow you if they don't see you leading by example. It's like this. You can't tell someone to climb that mountain if you're sitting at the bottom eating lunch. You have to start climbing first, and then you turn around and offer your hand. You don't point up and say, get to the top. You start climbing, and you bring them with you. That's how you inspire. That's how you show what's possible. People follow leaders who make the impossible seem possible. They see you, they see what you're doing, and they believe that they can do it too. When you show them that it can be done, when they see the passion in your eyes, the dedication in your actions, then they're not just following orders. They're following your vision. They're following your example. So if you want to be a great leader, don't just talk about it. Be about it. Every day, make sure your actions are louder than your words. You want your team to believe in something bigger than just a paycheck? Then show them what that looks like through your actions, your energy, and your heart. Lead from the front, not from the back. Be real and authentic. Let me tell you something, and I want you to hear me loud and clear. People can tell when you're faking it. They can feel it. They see right through that facade you put up. So if you're trying to lead, trying to inspire, trying to move people, you better be real. You gotta be authentic. You can't be out here pretending to be something you're not, because the minute you do, your people will lose trust in you, and trust, my friend, is everything in leadership. Think about it. When you meet someone who's real, who's just themselves, don't you feel different? Don't you feel like you can connect with them? That's because authenticity is magnetic. When you're real, people feel like they can trust you. They feel like you're someone they can rely on. They know that what you see is what you get, and that's rare these days. The world is full of folks putting on masks, trying to be what they think others want them to be. But leaders, they don't do that. Leaders, they show up not with an image they're trying to sell, but with the person they are, flaws and all. You're human, And guess what? That's what makes you relatable. People don't need you to be perfect. They need you to be genuine. Don't hide behind a suit. Don't hide behind some title. Be real with them. Share your struggles. Share your victories. Don't be afraid to let people see the real you, because that's the only way they're going to follow you. If they don't feel like you understand their struggles, how in the world are they going to trust you to lead them to success? Authenticity also means being honest about your mistakes. A lot of leaders are too scared to admit when they mess up. They're trying to protect their image, but let me tell you, it's okay to be vulnerable. People appreciate it when you can own up to your failures and show them how you're learning from them. It makes you human. It makes you real. When you stand in front of people and say, I didn't get it right this time, but I'm working on it, that's when you earn respect. And don't try to beat someone else. You're the best version of you, and that's who people need to see. Stop looking around and thinking you got to act like somebody else to be a good leader. No, you are made to be who you are. And when you embrace that, that's when you lead with power. So don't get caught up in trying to impress people. Be real, be honest, be you. When you lead with authenticity, you give others permission to do the same. And when people feel like they can be themselves around you, that's when the magic happens. That's when they will follow you, because they know you're leading them with heart, with honesty, and with soul. That's what real leadership looks like. Empower others. And let me tell you something that might shock you. Real leaders aren't afraid to empower others. That's right. You don't have to hold all the power in your hands. Leadership is not about you being the biggest, the brightest, or the boldest in the room. It's about lifting other people up, giving them the tools they need to succeed, and watching them rise. When you empower others, you don't lose your shine, you increase it. And that's real leadership right there. I need you to understand something very important. Leadership is not a competition. It's not about holding others down so you can stay on top. The best leaders build a team, a community, a movement. They invest in others. They see the potential in people before they even see it in themselves. And instead of hiding that potential, they bring it to the surface. A good leader doesn't hoard the spotlight. They share it. They see their team's strengths and give them the chance to shine, even if that means they're not the center of attention anymore. Think about the people who've made a real impact in your life. They didn't try to keep all the success to themselves. They didn't try to hold you back. They encouraged you. They pushed you to be better, to think bigger, to reach higher. Empowerment is about showing someone that you believe in them even when they don't believe in themselves. When you give someone that confidence, when you tell them, I know you can do this, you change their life. And you change their trajectory. And by doing that, you change the world. I want you to think about your team, your family, your circle. How can you empower them today? When was the last time you told someone, you've got this? When was the last time you gave someone the space to make a decision, to take the lead, to step into their own power? Empowerment isn't just about giving someone a title or a job to do. It's about giving them the opportunity to grow, to learn, and to make a real impact, empowering them. And I'm going to be real with you. Empowering others is not always easy. It's not about doing everything for them or making things comfortable. Sometimes empowering someone means pushing them out of their comfort zone. Sometimes it means giving them tough love. It means letting go and trusting that they're capable of handling things on their own, even when you're not sure they're ready. And guess what? They'll surprise you. People rise to the occasion when you give them the chance. So stop holding on to all the power like it's something you can't share. Let others stand tall with you. Build them up, show them the way, give them the confidence to take risks and try new things. When you empower someone, you're not just making them stronger. You're making your whole team stronger. You're creating a ripple effect that goes beyond you. And that's the kind of legacy you want to leave. When you lift others, you lift yourself. When you empower them, you empower yourself. So stop holding back. Give others the freedom to soar and watch how high they fly. You don't just lead by being the strongest. You lead by making everyone around you stronger. And that's how you build something that lasts. That's how you create real impact. So when leadership requires sacrifice, let me drop some truth on you right now. Leadership is not about the perks, the praise, or the privileges. It's about what you're willing to give up. It's about what you're willing to sacrifice for the greater good, for your team, for the vision you're working toward. Because if you think you can lead without sacrifice, I hate to break it to you, but you're in for a rude awakening. Leadership demands a price, and that price is sacrifice. And that price is sacrifice. Now, don't get it twisted. Sacrifice doesn't mean giving up your dreams or your values. It means making hard choices. It means putting in the work when no one's looking. It means making the tough decisions that might not be popular but are necessary for growth and success. If you're not willing to give something up to move forward, you're not ready to lead. People often misunderstand what sacrifice really means. The concept of sacrifice is something that I've learned to see. Think about this. Leaders don't sit in the front seat and expect others to drive. They're in the back seat, navigating the path, guiding the team, making sure everyone gets where they need to go. And guess what? That comes with a cost. You're not going to get home the easy way. You'll have to take detours, deal with traffic, face roadblocks. Leadership requires time, energy, and commitment. Sometimes you have to miss the family dinner or give up that weekend off to make sure your team has what they need. Sometimes you have to sacrifice your own comfort so others can rise. And sometimes you can't see how many people rely on you to make important decisions or make decisions based on your timeline. When you're a leader, you put others first. And I know that doesn't always feel good. Sometimes you'll give and give and give, and you might not get the appreciation or recognition you think you deserve. But I need you to understand this. Leadership is not about getting recognition. It's about making a difference. When you're focused on a bigger picture, when you're leading with purpose, those sacrifices start to feel worth it, because you're not just changing your life, you're changing someone else's life too. And that's what makes it all worthwhile. You also have to understand that leadership requires emotional sacrifice. It's not just about working late nights or missing events. It's about dealing with the weight of responsibility. As a leader, you carry the burden of decisions. You carry the emotional load for your team. You have to absorb some of the pain, some of the struggles, because it's your job to protect your people, to hold them up. That's not easy, but it's necessary. You have to be the one who stays strong when things are tough. You have to be the one to reassure your team that it'll be okay, even when you don't know how it'll turn out. Leadership means making emotional sacrifices too. Now, I'm not saying you have to lose yourself in the process. You can't pour from an empty cup. You need to take care of yourself too. But I am saying that leadership isn't about living the easy life. It's about facing discomfort head on. It's about going through the hard times, the lonely nights, and the challenges, because you know on the other side of that, you're building something bigger than yourself. You're creating something that will outlast you. So if you're serious about leading, ask yourself, what am I willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to give up your time, your comfort, your ego? Because the truth is, leadership is a choice. And the choice to lead means the willingness to sacrifice over and over again. But know this, every sacrifice you make today will be the foundation of someone else's success tomorrow. That's the power of leadership, and that's the power of sacrifice.